Hey guys, Alex Rouse here from Tech Data Security Solutions, and I thought what we'd do today is introduce a new term to you guys. The term is used both in cybersecurity incidents or events that might happen, as well as potential natural disasters like a hurricane or a tornado. The term is called commander's intent. Now, the best way I can describe this to you is to use an example. I used to watch a show with my family a couple of years ago. It was called Code Black. It was on TV and it was a great show. It's about a hospital in LA that a couple of times a week will experience a situation they call Code Black, where more patients are coming in the doors than they have doctors to triage the problem. And when we think about our businesses, we typically don't operate in a Code Black situation, but what if there is a disaster? What if there is a ransomware attack or some type of malware attack on your environment, or possibly some other type of natural disaster like an earthquake? Do your employees know what to do and how to respond? Back to the hospital example, whenever there might be a train derailment in a nearby town and many patients are coming in on gurneys through the front door of the hospital, do you think the hospital staff stops every gurney and says, "I need to see your insurance card"? No, they don't have time for that. The commander's intent says the priority is to save lives, and so do whatever it takes to keep the patient alive. We'll sort out the insurance later. Commander's intent is simply a statement from the top of the food chain that explains at least 2 management levels down what's the intention during a disaster event. Because typically in the middle of the chaos, you don't have time to get approvals for every little thing from your executive management team. Your commanders on the ground need to know exactly what they're authorized to do and what they're not authorized to do. And in the case of a hospital, doctors just need to know the priority is to save lives for everybody who comes in the door, regardless of the paperwork. We'll figure it out later. In the context of business, it's a good idea for your executive team to make a statement down through, at least through middle management, that explains when we have a disaster, our priority is X. Maybe your priority during an incident needs to be make the customer whole and happy first. If you have a ransomware attack, or maybe you have a data breach and your information is being leaked on the dark web, you might have a lot of angry customers calling in to your call center asking for some type of remediation. During the throes of that event, if your employees know your commander's intent is to make the customer whole and happy during the limited time when you're in a crisis, then they can move forward without having to ask for escalations that sometimes take too much time and cause customers to be angry and maybe even leave and go to another customer. So here's my thought for you. Have you had a commander's intent discussion with your executive team, with your middle management team, maybe with your employee base? Do they know what the priority of the company is in the midst of an event? If you have a cyber event and no one knows what to do your employees know how to handle their customers? Do they know how to get supply chain back up and running? Do they know to do whatever it takes in order to do certain things to make sure the business moves forward, knowing that you'll go clean it all up later? I hope this has been helpful, give you something to think about and a new term to consider. If you have questions, please reach out to my website or my LinkedIn page. Thank you very much.